Aggressive. Oh, what do we set our max to? 85. No, sir. Oh, turning from the driving lane is wrong. Good job. Took the exit on the detour. Car was confused about the route and was about to do a U-turn in the middle of the road. Good morning, everyone. I'm sitting at 90%. It is 34 degrees outside. I have a long trip ahead of me. It is close to 400 miles today. I'm going to 3 facilities. First one is in Tawas, and then I'm going to Midland, and then I'm going down here to Westland, I believe is what the name of it is. Yeah, Westland. Then I'll come back home. I don't know if I'm hitting that one because I haven't heard back from the facility. And if they're not there, I'm not driving all that way. I'm just going to come right back home. So it could be long. It could be short. Who knows? Oh, baby. These are going to be really short stops, but I just have to do all this stuff, and it's really annoying. But it is what it is. Comes with the job. Says I'll get to the first facility at 11:03 a.m. It is 1 hour and 46 minutes away, 103 miles, and I'll get there at 40%. Sorry, 47%. So I hope you guys enjoy the ride. I'm in hurry mode with my 20% offset. That's where I've settled on. I haven't found a reason to change it back to 40% and to not use hurry. I am such a liar. I said we're going to get to the first facility in 1 hour and 47 minutes. We're getting to a supercharger in 1 hour and 43 minutes. It's, yeah, man, I didn't do that very well, did I? So I have to go to a supercharger and then Tawas. This is Clare, Michigan, Tawas. Then I'll go to Midland. Then I'll go to Bay City to charge again. Either way, I'll have to do that. Then I might go down to Westland. And it's going to ask me to charge in Northville as well. And then I'll come home. Crazy. So 4 supercharger stops, because I might hit the one we just passed on the way home, because I got stuff to do tomorrow too. Aggressive. Lots of lane changing there. Got over here, didn't know that car was turning right. Didn't want to slow down, so it jumped right back over. And as soon as we got past that car, came right back to where it wanted to be. Wah. See, each street is different. The speed limit here is 35. The speed limit here is 35. The 20% offset sets it to 42 as the max. But everyone goes way faster than that here. Sometimes up to 50 miles an hour. I'm waiting for them to up the speed limit here, because my understanding is if the cops see 80% of people doing a speed, they'll just change the speed on the road. Could have gotten over there too. All right. Wheel touch. Because it wasn't getting over. Yeah, I'm not going there. Every time I edit the route, full self-driving may be degraded comes up. Of all the people that have a Tesla, only about 2% of them actually purchased FSD or used the monthly subscription. Of all the people who are capable of using FSD, not all of them use it all the time. So there is a very good possibility, and I'm guesstimating these numbers, that out of every 100 Teslas you see on the road, only one of them is using FSD. Oh, what do we set our max to? 85. No, sir. Man, the car is all about weaving and bobbing. Keep on going. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, so smooth. Car's driving great today. Correct blinker usage on the roundabouts. Onto a highway. Great, thank you, car. No reason to be in the left lane. Yeah, speed limit 75. That's what I thought. There's the sign. Says 75. Caught it. We're good. I'm going to take over because I want to go that direction. The car wants to go past the charger, come back through. And this way is just as easy. Alright. Car says charge here for 5 minutes. I'll be right back. So that trip was 104 miles. Took me an hour and 43 minutes. I used 301 watt hours per mile doing that. Let's see. 5 minutes to continue my trip. So I'll see you in just a few. And just like that, I have enough to continue my trip. So I will get to the first place at 32%. It's going to take me an hour and 39 minutes to go the 89 miles. So this is quite the trip. It is all the way across Michigan. Like 3 hours of driving. It's going to be fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to go unplug and get out of here. This is a terrible charging spot because there's nothing around. And I need to use the bathroom. I think we're going to pass some restaurants, so I'll stop in there and grab something. You're going to go over this curb again, aren't you? Yep, you really love doing that. So that first leg, I touched the wheel one time to get us out of the passing lane because someone was behind us and the car was just camping. Other than that, nothing. I did disengage FSD 3 times, but that's so I could pass on those rural back roads. Had nothing to do with FSD itself. All right, be right back. All right. Thanks for watching my car. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Push the button. Let's get out of here. Oh, turning from the driving lane is wrong. Was a semi right behind me? You caught that. You saw 60. You changed it. Your max is still 85, though. Good job. Took the exit on the detour. Took the exit under construction from the left lane. That's great. I didn't even see that. The car did it. It's great. It's great. surprised it's not going around. There it goes. Did that without a signal, though. But it signals to go back. It might have been because there was no dashed lines on the road. I don't know. So every time it does that, it goes from whatever a higher speed is down to 35, sets its max to 48 until the second 35. At least it has been. Of course, I say something and it doesn't do it. It should be 42. Of course, this time it's not going to do it. Ugh. Consistency. Knew this was going to happen. It waited. It waited. And now that the right lane is ending and we're at our max, don't know that we're going to make it. Okay, we made it. But we could have, if we were going to pass, we could have done it at the beginning of the passing zone, not more than halfway through it. Let's see, that was another 88 miles. Took an hour and 31 minutes. That total trip was 194 miles. Efficiency on that drive was great. It was 215 watt hours per mile. That's amazing. So far this trip, because the first leg we were preconditioning pretty much the entire way, it was 262 watt hours per mile. So I got here at 30%. It says I'll get to the supercharger in an hour and 8 minutes. At 7%, it is 65 miles away. Let's see. It's 12:43 right now. I want to see how fast I'll get this done. So I'm going to go knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, I'm all done in there. Still sitting at 30%. Says I'll get to the supercharger at 7%. There was a interesting looking bar and grill that I want to stop at on the way. Forgot the name of it. I think I remember the general area. So if I see it, I'll stop. Otherwise, whatever. So I've got an hour and 8 minutes to go 65 miles. Let's see what happens. So on the way here, both legs, I touched the wheel one time. Might have to take over here, because this is not what it should be doing. But I touched the wheel one time because we were camping in the passing lane and there was a car behind me. You did this before, didn't it? Or was that that was somewhere else? Could have just straight up turned right, getting out of the facility. Would have been fine. It found its way out. So in the 194 miles that I've driven, 3 hours and 20 minutes or so, I've touched the wheel one time. It's a very roundabout way of getting back to where we needed to be. But I give the car kudos for figuring it out. I give it demerits for doing it in the first place. Because we're going to pass the exit that we should have come out right there. This is where we should have come out. If we had just turned left and gone straight out of our parking spot, it would have come out right there. If I get it down to 66, set it. Its max was 66. If I do the same thing above 66, let's go to 70 and then set it. Sets the max to what I was. Yeah. So I'll set that back down to 66. That charging time keeps jumping around. It went from at first it was 13%, then it went up to 30%, and now it's down to 24. And by percent, I meant minutes, but all right. There's also another road that I've been dying to take, because this goes out and down and around. It's a highway, so it goes to 75 miles an hour. But there's a back road that's parallel to that thing, and it's a straight shot. I'm going to try that today and see what difference that makes. Because it says I'll get there at 6%, and it's 46 miles away from here. It says I'll get there at 6% at 228, which is not true, because if I see that place that I want to eat, I'm going to stop and eat. The only thing I wish is that it would get down to the correct speed before the speed limit sign, not react to the speed limit sign. See, that's wild. 48 and a 35 is wild. Should be 42. There you go. Why are we passed two signs saying it was 35 before we got down here. So there goes that. So I'm going to take over because I don't want to turn right here. I want to keep going straight. So we've got 227, 6% arrival time. But going this direction, when the map changes, we'll see what happens. And 25 minutes. All right, so... Uh-oh. So this was not a good idea. So we added 3 minutes and lost 1%. But I had to know. See, this is kind of annoying. You got over here to pass, and then you slow down. Get on up. Get on up. Ah. Why are you slowing down, bro? Why are you slowing down? Get back up there. Doesn't make any sense. Let's stop in there and get something to eat. I like that place. They have good burgers. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, I'm gonna grab some grub. I'll be back in just a sec. That took its little sweet time, didn't it? All right, off we go to the Bloody Rolls, trying to bless some souls. All right. Says I'll get there at 6%, which is better than the 5% it was predicting. When I got here, it said 7%. Where are you going? Should have turned left. Are you going to do a U-turn? All right, I got to take over. Car was confused about the route and was about to do a U-turn in the middle of the road. So I'll do this here. Okay, that was fun. The only reason I assumed it was going to do a U-turn is because there was no driveways or roads or anything where it was stopping. Plus, it was stopping in the road and not using the turn lane. So I didn't look at the tentacle. So I have no idea if it was actually going to do a U-turn, but it sure looked like it. Always does that. You need to go this way, my friend. So not that one, but this one. All right, let me get juicing. I'll be right back. Last I checked, it was going to be a 25-minute charge. Still says 25 minutes. That's a good thing. So far today, I've driven 256 miles. I've used 68 kilowatt hours. Next place is 21 minutes away, 14 miles. It says I'll get there at negative 1%, but of course, I'm going to charge up enough here to get to the supercharger near my house at 10%. So I'll be back in 20 minutes. Just be a second for you. All charged up. Of course, I overcharged because I always do. I'm sitting at 66%. The facility is 20 minutes away, 14 miles. I'll get there at 60%. And then I should get home around 18%. I don't want to spend too long in this facility either. Hopefully, it's shorter than the last one. That would be amazing. I only have to do 2 little things. that's wild. Somebody go, dude. The fuck is going on? That is the third stop sign where there's been issues. And it's not with the Tesla, it's with everyone else. First stop sign, dude was going straight. I was turning left. We both got there about the same time. Tesla was first, and I know it. My friend was about to go, and he started going, and then he waved me on because he knew he was wrong. Second one, we both got there at the same time. I think the blue truck, got there just a smidge sooner. I don't know if his windows were tinted or the light was shining on or whatever. He was waving me through. I could barely see it. And of course, Tesla doesn't respond to hand signals. So it was waiting. So I stepped on the accelerator just to get over that awkward conversation or situation. This one, the Tesla was the last one there. Two people were there before the Tesla. The Tesla was waiting. The person to my left was turning right, so they weren't going to be in the Tesla's way. So when they figured out their thing, the Tesla decided it was time to go. That was wild. All right, I want to go to the side door, so I took over. Technically, that drive, I hit the accelerator one time because of stop sign confusion. Alrighty. So that takes the total today to one accelerator press and one wheel touch in 271 miles. That is pretty darn impressive. All right. That drive was 15 miles. It took me 20 minutes. I used 243 watt hours per mile. It's better than 4 miles per kilowatt hour. I think that's great. Supercharger by my house is 2 hours and 8 minutes away, 119 miles. Man, that's a long day. 380 miles. Sorry, 390 miles. Gross. Anyway, I'm going to run in here real quick. I'll be back in just a sec. Man, the weather changed quickly. I wasn't even in there that long. Whatever. Time to go home. Says I won't get there until 6:37. Ugh. Gee, roastness. Thought today was going to be kind of short. Considering I was in the buildings, in the facilities, maybe for a total of, I don't know, 40 minutes, 45? No, 49 plus 10. Probably an hour. Nope, it did this last time. I'm not playing around with it this time. So that's another disengagement because the car was going to go the wrong direction. So far today, we have had one wheel touch, one accelerator press, and 2 disengagements. This last one, I could have just let it do what it was going to do because it figured out what it would. It figured out how to get out of the situation it created on its own the last time I was through here, which was just last week. So this one could have been skipped, but I didn't feel like waiting. That's just the way I am. But the last one, where it turned right out of the restaurant instead of turning left, that one was kind of a big deal because I feel like it was just going to do a U-turn right in the middle of the road. I had to take over there. Right lane closed ahead. How are we going to handle this? You're going to have to go, bud. All right. So that is another pedal press, because the car was just going too slowly to merge in front of the truck that we were trying to cut off because of construction. Rough stuff. God damn this car. We got in front of that person and slowed down. So they got over in this lane. And then, like, as soon as they did, we got over here too. Granted, we sped up by 2 miles an hour, but jeez. And right there, it set it to 84 max. That's crazy. Watch the max speed when I engage this. 66. Max speed. Oh, it was right. I don't get it. I think the last time I engaged it at like 68 and it set the max speed to 85. There is a car directly in front of this car. Right there. And that is within the distance the car will display a vehicle on the screen. But it's not showing it. It's because from here, the car can't see beyond the Chevy right in front of us. I can't see that car. Well, I can. I can see its roof just barely through their back window. But what I can see is the shadow. See, there it is. But it's just because the road was curving. What I can see is that car's shadow. So I know it's there. I don't think the Tesla's that smart. So just like there's a shadow for the car directly in front of me, the Chevy right in front of me, there's a shadow for the car right in front of it. It's going across that lane and it's going into the shoulder. I can see it. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but it's there. That would be really hard for a camera to pick out. Not confuse it for part of the car directly in front of its shadow. $70. And it's set to 85. So if I get it down to 66, it will, I think, set its max to the correct speed of 66. But if I turn on FSD above 66, maybe 68-ish, it'll set its max to 85. Wonder why that is. At this speed, FSD will not re-engage. I have to slow down to at least 87, maybe 86. 86, and there he goes. Must go faster. That was rude. 390 miles today. Yikesies. At last leg was 120 miles. Took an hour and, well, 2 hours even. We used 285 watt hours per mile, but we were preconditioning most of that. Not all of it, but most of it. Today we drove 390 miles. We used 105 kilowatt hours. And we used 270 watt hours per mile. So that's just over, or just under 4. That's just under 4 kilowatts per mile. There it is. Today was pretty good. I didn't have to touch the wheel very much or the accelerator very much. I did disengage a bunch, but we were on back roads and everyone was going slow, so I passed 6 or 7 times, maybe. This last time on the highway, a couple of guys were admiring the car, so they tried to keep up with me, and I just floored it. Took off. Wheel touches were to get me out of the passing lane because there was someone behind me. I hit the accelerator once because we were going into a construction zone. Lane was merging. There was someone to the left in the blind spot. The car was just going too slow for that mess. So I stepped on the accelerator to do it, to get us there appropriately. And then the 2 times that I took over is because the car went the wrong direction. Didn't follow the map data, of course. That's just the way it goes. Let's go with that one. Didn't follow the map data. The one where we were in the parking lot, not a big deal. The one where we stopped in the middle of the road and I think we're going to do a U-turn, big deal. So I took over there. Yeah, that was that. I think that's it. Let me go plug in. If you liked it, like it. If you disliked it, I learned from that too. If you think somebody else would like it, share it with them. And if you really liked it, subscribe to see more. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, or concerns, leave them down below and I'll get to you as soon as I can. And thanks for watching. Deuces. Don't turn. Don't turn. Keep going straight. Keep going straight.
Dang it.